I saw this blue Pontiac pull up in front of the shop. And I saw this young man get out. And I looked at his head, I saw, heck, I could knock him out in 15 minutes. So when he came in the barber shop, like any new customer, I said, what's your name? And he said, Martin Luther King. My brother worked in the barber shop since 1948. My other brother came here also in the 50s, and so the three of us decided we'd go in business in 1958 and Benmore Hotel. All the musicians basically came to town before the '64 Civil Rights Bill. Little Richard came to Montgomery. Then you had Duke Ellington. Then you had Ray Charles. I continued to turn up. They stayed in the Benmore Hotel. The Benmore had a Majestic Cafe was on the corner here. Then the hotel was in the center. Then on the third floor was the rooftop garden where they had dances and so forth. The Benmore Hotel was the only black licensed facility in Montgomery for black people. Martin Luther King, I started cutting his hair in 1954 at the barber shop. After I cut his hair 7, 8 times, I know he'd never give me a tip. So I decided I'd use a little psychology. I said, Reb, I said, when you finish preaching the sermon on Sunday, some members tell you what a good sermon is. Doesn't it make you feel good? He said, yes. I said, you go to a restaurant, you have a nice meal, and the waitress give you good service, and you give her a tip. I said, don't you think that make her feel good? He said, yes. So when he got out of the chair, he grabbed my hand and held it real tight. He said, do you put 10% of your earnings in church? I said, Reb, I'm a student at Alabama State College. I cannot afford to put 10% of my earnings in church. He said, I'm the pastor of Dexter Avenue Baptist Church, and I can't afford to tip you either. So we had a very good relationship. But I had any idea I'd be cutting one of the most historical figures of the 20th century. I certainly would have handled him different. The most celebrated protest was in 1960 when the Alabama State students made an attempt to march on the Montgomery County Courthouse. They didn't have a permit or anything to march. So they sent for Reverend King, and he came, and that's when he turned that corner over across the street. So they goes up in the hotel, they have a meeting, in some kind of way they made an arrangement to march to the courthouse. And that's when John Lewis, Jane Farmer, Reverend Douglas all met out in front of the barbershop. And that's the only time that we closed the barbershop to participate in the march with the students. Well, really, no, I had no idea of creating a museum. All the pictures you see on the wall here now were started out by one of my customers carried his son down to Florida, and they put a snake around his neck, and he brought the picture back and gave it to me, and I was so impressed. So I put the picture up on the wall, and the next time he came, he was so enthusiastic to see his picture by himself. So that's when I got the idea that people like to see their pictures on the wall, so I just started taking picture after picture. I wish that I'd have made some pictures of Reverend King in the barbershop when he was writing some of his speeches and throwing his notes over a little trash can we had back there. I probably could have bought everybody in Montgomery a Porsche.